Oi, oi, all right, how's it going? I'm Grant, you. This is the Doodle Review coming through with a new album to give a spin, chat some fraff about, and then assign an arbitrary, pointless, remind you, pointless score to. Today, we're going to talk about the last dinner party. Before I do, I'm going to do my compulsory mention of the newsletter. It's a newsletter, it goes out every week, every Friday. I cover loads of different albums, loads of different genres, smaller artists, tell you what's good that Friday that's coming out that you should check out. I have the Doodle Jukebox in there and links to relevant videos. It's well worth checking out, and a lot of you are, which is great to see. Building a big community there. Go down, check out the link below to give it a sign up, and I'll see you there. Let's get into the review. Whether born from a desire to double down on proving any naysayers wrong, or because today's music industry simply requires an always on release schedule, from the Pyre, the second album from London based art rockers, The Last Dinner Party, has arrived just 18 months after their first. After the absolute frenzy of critical acclaim that accompanied their debut, the band have spent so much time touring, collecting awards, releasing extra cuts, live tracks, and alternate versions that it's hard to imagine where they found the time to write and record a sophomore LP, but they have. Before we get into it, let's wind it back to their first for a second. So, for those that haven't seen it, my review of the last record, Prelude to Ecstasy, was almost as much therapy session as it was a review. Before I could dive into the music itself, I really wanted to dissect the initial urge I felt to sneer at the record due to the band's very sudden appearance and sudden success. And I knew even before being charmed by the record itself that my subconscious was just pushing me into dumb judgments out of insecurity. But the fact the album itself was a near flawless reinterpretation of 70s art rock and sophisti-pop tailored to a modern audience made that just even more apparent. This time around, my misplaced prejudice was less concerned with the band's legitimacy and instead rooted in doubt that the group could turn around anything worthy of following that debut so soon. Well, once again, The Last Dinner Party have absolutely slapped me out of my stupid preemptive thoughts because this album is absolutely worthy. It's great, although I have to say it took me a little bit longer to get there with this one. Going back to Prelude for a sec, the thing that struck me about that record was how the band had put such effort into landing their hooks early nearly every single time. 7 to 8 out of the 10 tracks on that album dropped their almighty hooks within the first sort of 30 to 40 seconds. This time, with the goodwill accrued on that last record, the group take their time with the arrangements. There are some equally brilliant pop hooks on From the Pyre, but they're revealed just that little bit slower. They still don't hang about, like hooks are still arriving within the first minute, but the arrangements are given more kind of breathing room and as a result, more tension. For instance, Rifle goes a full minute and a half before dropping its intensely singable chorus. The track does a particularly great job of playing with dynamics. A piano and choral singing dance together during the verses before the aforementioned snake-like melody explodes over that chorus. And it's not just the arrangements that dial up the tension either. There's a slight subtraction of their new wave influence here. It was only lightly felt on the debut, but its removal heightens the drama. Where Prelude had a gloss, there's a sparseness to the Pyre. And this absolutely drips with confidence, though occasionally I think the sparseness is used as a canvas for ululation style vocals that feel a touch self serious. And I find this slightly bogs down the album's midsection with tracks like Women is a Tree and I Hold Your Anger. Ululation, by the way, is a real term. I didn't know it before this review, but I just needed to search it to find a better way of describing vocals that I'd probably otherwise go, oh, it sounds a bit like the June soundtrack. While I find that mid album section a little highfalutin, it does give the record a necessary change of pace, and the layered vocals are very well executed. Also, it's called art rock for a reason, right? Highfalutin comes with the territory. You could argue that you'd be disappointed with anything low falutin. We exit the slower section into the final thrust of the album with Sail Away, which is a tender track that is superbly delivered. Simply piano and vocal for the most part, the song ascends almost straight to heaven with more layered vocals that are just quite frankly sublime. They've put the art into art rock here, no doubt, but there's also a decent amount of rock too. Count the Ways evokes AM era Arctic Monkeys so heavily that it's actually no surprise that producer for both bands, James Ford, is actually listed as a co-writer. It wears the influence on its sleeve, but it's no less of a last dinner party track, imbuing the simplistic smooth rock riff with the band's flair for drama and flourishing chords. Second Best delivers rising intensity, and This Is the Killer Speaking provides a big sing along chorus while almost bringing a slight country twang into the fold. The record ends kind of suddenly with Inferno, but I guess you should always leave them wanting more, even if you might be inclined to follow up before the dust has even settled. Pyre, I think, doesn't punch as hard as the debut, but that speaks more to the high bar set by that record than any lack of the band here. This is a brilliant sophomore album and another reason to make The Last Dinner Party a band to follow closely for years to come. I'd give this an 8.2 if I was pushed. So yeah, there you have it. Those are my thoughts on the new Last Dinner Party. I'd love to hear what you think. Drop some thoughts in the comments. But before you do that, please subscribe to the newsletter. If you like this review, I'm pretty sure you're going to like others. And the benefit of the newsletter is you get to read all of the analysis and insights without hearing me drone on. And you don't have to watch it and you don't have to listen to it. You can just read it at your own leisure every Friday. So once again, check out that link to the newsletter, sign up to it in the description below. And other than that, it's time for me to knock it on the head. See you next time. Cheers. Bye.